Robert.
Hello, everybody. My name is Robert. I am the brother of the person who experienced poverty and molestation and the other things that he had shared. So, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to share a little bit about myself. It's a little bit different, though, than what he had shared. But first, it is my birthday tomorrow, so I am excited. That is why I am here. My sister set this all up. Thank you, Angie. So, the first thing to know about me is that I do not have a sense of smell. Now, without a sense of smell, life is actually a little bit different. It's not too different, but a little bit. For example, one time I'm playing video games and there's a fire in the kitchen. I don't know I'm about to die, but thankfully my mom comes and is like, Robert, why did you not notice there was a fire in the kitchen? No, sorry, but. This is a lesson that I cannot live alone. If I live alone and there is something wrong where there's a fire or something, I'm just gonna have to accept death because it's going to come. But it's also interesting because without the sense of smell, like if I'm on a date and there is a girl who might have some nice perfume and like flicks her hair and is like, oh, smell my neck, I am wearing this perfume, I'm not gonna notice. I'm not gonna be impressed. And you might be thinking, wait, Robert, girls don't do that on dates. You got me. That's probably true. If I'm lucky, I could get a girl who would maybe lift her armpit up to show that like she wore deodorant. But then at that point, I'm like, do you want me to tickle you right now? So that being said, yes, I do not have the sense of smell. So you can go ahead and pass the gas all you want around me. I will not know unless, well, I'll know because I can hear at least. So that is, just one of my disabilities that I have. I unfortunately can't get a handicap sign though, because that would be great. But another thing though is that I also, I mentioned that I was the younger brother, well, I mentioned that I was the brother, turns out I'm the younger brother, of the person who spoke earlier. I'm actually the youngest of four. And one thing that happens when you're the youngest of four in a household where a foreign language is spoken is that it dwindles as it gets to the youngest. And so I am not the best at Spanish, unfortunately. And so one time, we were at a friend's house for a pool party of some sort, and our cousin had some food. And I must have been in a good mood because it takes a lot actually for me to want to try to proactively speak in Spanish to someone. And yet when the time came to try to communicate that this is some really good food, isn't it? All that came out was, Tito. That's our cousin's name, and that's what we called him. And on his end, it's like, why did you just come up to me and say, Tito? That's weird. And so there are social faux pas that take place when you don't know Spanish, when you should, especially around your family and your extended family. Now, so another thing that is important for me is, and I don't know why this is the case actually. I think I do not cuss. Like it's not a thing that I do. Like one time, I cussed imitating a line from Mrs. Doubtfire, and then my mom was like, "No, don't cuss. That's bad." And that was just imprinted on my brain. I was like, "Okay, no cussing. I'm good." And but what sucks though is that you hear these great catchphrases, these great like lines from movies, but they have cuss words in it. And it's like, dang, I want to repeat that, but for some reason my conscience won't let me. And it's like, yippee-ki-yay, mother effer? Effer? What? What's effer? That doesn't sound cool at all. And you might think, well, no, I mean, it's about the meaning of the word. You're still, I'm sorry, I don't freaking care. That's just, I'm sorry. So, and so, yeah, so this is, so that's a little bit about me. Now, something that I've noticed on social media, like Facebook, or I guess Facebook's the only social media I use, but I had read an article about someone who had this girl that had this horrible experience of a guy sending a picture of his junk to her. And I was like, I don't understand why that's appealing. Like, or why that's effective. If anything, what I've learned, and maybe this is just my friends, but girls like pictures of dogs, right? Yes, dogs. So I think a better way to get their attention is, hey, you want a picture of my hot dog? Look, it's really cute. It's a dog in the summer and on the beach. It's great. And so, I think that would get her attention a little bit more. So, but yeah, so that is what I have to share for today. Again, my name's Robert. It's very clean, I know. But I wonder, I wouldn't be surprised, just maybe, if, for those of you who watch Game of Thrones, if maybe there actually is a Podrick in me. But that is what I have to share. Thank you.